You are about to hear one of the greatest intros songs of all time, created by AI and by me. I get full credit. Here we go. Let's check this thing out right here.
We had a talking smack, talking about the Packers, how they plan to attack. My Paco, we're ready, best chance, stand a chance. On this rabbit show, it's time to do this. Go Paco, we're in the zone. We still suck the media road. Breathe and go, let's rock and roll. Grab your pride, take control.
Dude, you know what's funny? I think it started halfway through it.
I think so too.
But we're gonna let that roll. People can hear the whole thing next week. Yeah, I apparently I suck at this stuff.
It's because we got so excited. We were pre-listening to it before the show.
Yeah. And then it got stuck in the whatever. But anyways, we are here. This is the Matt Ramage Show, presented by the greatest gas station of all time. That is Quick Trip. And we got Jimmy in the building every Tuesday for this whole season. Jimmy's in this thing. What is up, Jimmy? How you doing?
I'm great. I stopped at Quick Trip. Just a shout out to them. Buy one, get one free on these bad boys. Better go there and get some because they're delicious.
There we go. You're better at this than I am.
I'm there every day, man.
Dude, I'm over there. Dude, yeah. I wish that you could just have like Glazers delivered to your house. I think you can, but I'm not sure they do it where I am. But either way, dude, Glazers overdose on those things. But anyways, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. All right.
Let's do it.
I don't know. My brain blacked out there for a second. But so Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love is out. He's hurt.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about the game. What did you think? Like obviously the Packers lost. Let's talk about a little bit of positives. Is there any positives that you take away from that game?
Yeah. Jaden Reed, dog.
Yeah.
That man was doing everything. End rounds, catching deep passes, making splash plays. The man is going to be, we did that talk about no wide receiver one. We might have a wide receiver one. Jaden Reed was everywhere. Josh Jacobs, I felt so bad for him the first half because everyone's like ragging on him only having 12 yards. Yeah. He should have had negative 10 yards where he was getting hit behind the line of scrimmage all the time.
Yeah.
But he would not go down on first contact, kept fighting. You saw in the second half, you keep feeding him and give him a hole, gone. Like he finished with 84 yards. He gained 70 yards in the second half. Jordan Love, before that injury, were there some miscues and bad throws? Yes, it's week one. It's like a glorified preseason game for the Packers. We know that. They always come out and it's like their warm-up game as a starting unit. Jordan Love looked pretty good. Dontavia Wicks had a drop. He slipped before it. The field sucked. He was getting open. Like there's so many positives. Christian Watson getting a touchdown. Like it sucks to lose, but we've seen so many times. We lost to the Saints when 13-3. We got killed by the Vikings. We still finished that season strong. Like it's fine. The injury sucks. There's a lot of positives for this team. Interceptions, turnovers. It's a new era.
Yeah, the injury obviously sucked. Yeah, the loss to me isn't a big deal. The Eagles are a really good football team, first of all. Mm-hmm. The Packers played them tough. Yeah, like you said, everything that you said, I've been saying, but just not as good. But
but like if you would have had these neutrals, buy one get one free, you would have.
I would have been a little bit better. But yeah, but Jaden Reed especially because like, dude, like everyone has the comparisons to Tyreek Hill, and like right now, obviously he's leading the league in receiving yards, and that's not a big deal because I posted about that on Facebook, and everyone's like, it's week one. I get that it's not a big deal. That like I'm not saying he's the best wide receiver in the league, but I'm saying is like that he's a dude. Like he in his first however many snaps compared to Tyreek Hill, and like a lot of the numbers, he's better. And I'm not saying he's better than Tyreek Hill, but I'm saying that he's got similar numbers to a really good wide receiver in the NFL. So I think the future for Jaden Reed, I made a video about that. I was like, dude, don't be afraid to, if people always talk about jerseys, what jersey should I get? You know, because they don't know if they're going to be here and how good they're going to be. Jaden Reed, bro, go get the Jaden Reed jersey. I got it. He's going to be here, dude. Jaden Reed is going to be an absolute superstar in the league.
Yep.
I'm saying, and it's not like, that's not a bold take. That's just, if you're paying attention, Jaden Reed, dude, Ocho Cinco says it. He said it in words.
I trust him with my life. If Ocho Cinco says it,
Dude.
I'll tattoo it. I don't even care. Jaden Reed, superstar.
Dude, he said it. I forget how he said it, but basically Jaden Reed's awesome. I forget when he tweeted this, but he just retweeted it now because he's I told you. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Jaden Reed is that dude. I think that there's a lot of great things to be excited about for the Packers. The defense came out swinging out there in the first. The thing is that irritates me so much is when you get those big turnovers, you got to get touchdowns. Like if you get those big turnovers and you get field goals, I feel like it almost works against you. It's almost worth having those 3 points because it's still like a letdown. Like your defense got you right down there. And I know that the Packers are going to clean this up, especially when Jordan Love comes back. That's why it's hard to like talk about this game and how it's going to be going forward because going forward, we're not going to have Jordan Love for a little bit. But let's talk about that. How long you think Jordan Love's going to be out for?
Well, the next one, Colts, Titans, and then it's the Vikings after them.
Yeah,
I think.
I got this saved in my phone just because I'm a professional podcaster.
I would say for sure Colts and Titans, he would be out. Vikings, I could see them bringing him back. It's a rival game. For me, I turn into an old man with this. So I'm like, just be conservative. I want him. I don't want to bring him back, have an RG3 situation where you rush him back too soon and it's a worse injury. Like, I don't even care if we rest him. Like, let's say we win the Colts and Titans game. I'm fine if we rest him the next two, bring him back against the Cardinals when he's for sure. Because, like, we saw last year, Trevor Lawrence hurt his knee and fought through it. He looked like a complete different quarterback. So if you rush him back too soon, he's going to be battling that all season. I'd rather have him bring him back and like closest to 100% as you can get. It's going to bug him all year. It's just a part of the NFL now. Once you get an injury, it lingers. But I'd rather, especially if we win these two games, I'd rather be safe than sorry and just let him rest it up and come back, especially if we win. Just let him heal.
Yeah. I don't think that there's any way that the Packers bring him back until he's ready. Like Matt LaFleur said, we're not going to bring him back till he can protect himself. Like obviously the Packers are always a little conservative, like with player safety, regardless of what some people say once in a while. Yeah. But
Bennett.
You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But so I don't think that they're not going to risk him. Like, dude, that's their guy. And that's the thing. Like, let's talk about this for a minute. Because I've seen a lot of comments, people like Jordan Love is soft. Like Brett Favre would have been in there. First of all, it's not the same game. It's not even up to them. It's the doctors. And also, they just gave Jordan Love a crap load of money, made him the highest paid quarterback in the league, which has already been beat. But he was the highest paid quarterback in the league, and he hurt his knee. They're going to be like, get out there.
Yeah.
Go win. Like,
also, 5 seconds left. Brett Favre would have taken at least a couple minutes to get in the damn game. Like, give him more than 5 seconds to be like, hey, I know you can't walk yet, but can you throw it 70 yards into the end zone?
Dude, if you're a quarterback who you just paid a bunch of money to hurts his knee, like you figure out what that problem is before you, obviously. And it was at the end of the game too. That's what sucks too. Just like end of the game shouldn't have happened. Like all the high hopes. And I still have high hopes. I think that the Packers are going to be all right. I don't think he's going to miss an insane amount of time. I think they're going to roll. But like all the high hopes in the first game, just an injury like that happened with Rodgers before. Ended up, not being horrible. But yeah, it hurt my heart a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to talk about it.
My wife was mad at me on Saturday because there's so many times she's talking to me and I'm on my phone just refreshing Twitter. Like, I need to see the Jordan Love deal. We were on the way to we went to like a farm, like a table or farm to table thing up here, whatever. And finally I got the alert as I'm driving. I was like, all right, Des, we're good now. I'll be in a good mood for dinner because Jordan Love's okay. And she's like, that determines your mood. I'm like, 1,000%. I would have been the crabbiest person in the world if I saw ACL tear.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Yeah. Because Jordan Love's going to be a Packers quarterback for a long time. The Packers are going to be competitive. They're going to do the thing. If he has ACL can linger into forever. It obviously ends this whole year, and this whole year is a scratch. Yep. But MCL, he can come back. He can go on a run. We'll see like what happens for these next 4 weeks. But let's talk about these next 4 weeks. So like you kind of brought it up, but Malik Willis, what do the Packers have to do to win with him? Because I say they can win with Malik Willis, and everyone like freaked out. I'm saying Malik Willis, because even the title of this show is Malik Willis Time to Shine. Everyone's like, oh, you think this and that? Dude, I didn't know Malik Willis existed 3 weeks ago, like until he came to Green Bay. Like I didn't know he was a person. But like, if you're the quarterback for the Packers, bro, like what are we gonna do? Like let's you can be negative and be like, oh, it's over, but like we really don't know. I asked AI about Malik Willis, so I learned a little bit. But what do you think the Packers have to do to be successful and win this game?
I think the number one thing, the defense has to step up. They played well last week, not last season. They played well last week. And one of the things we're playing Anthony Richardson next week. He can scramble. And before I go into what Malik Willis has to do, I have to shout out the defense they held Jalen Hurts to not that many rushing yards. We saw him 2 years ago just torch us and have like over 100 yards in the first half. They did an incredible job of keeping him contained. And I think the first thing, defense has to step up. The second thing is the Texans, who were the worst run team last season, Joe Mixon had 150 yards on this Colts defense this week. Run the ball. Feed Josh Jacobs. You paid him money. He better have over 20 carries. Give Emmanuel Wilson 10 carries and just ram it down their throats, because that's going to be the key to this. Dumb down the offense, lean on the run game, and just give Malik Willis easy plays, easy targets. Matt LaFleur is a genius. I have no doubt he's going to cook something up, but it's all going to go down to just feed Josh Jacobs, feed Emmanuel Wilson, let him torch him, because we saw last week the Colts cannot stop the run. And if they pack the box and put eight people in there, open it up and start passing it. But run the damn thing is, I think, the key to the game.
Jimmy Christensen, NFL podcaster, NFL analyst. You know what I mean, dude? I like that.
Jimmy Christensen listens to The Ringer and regurgitates what they say.
No, dude, but I think you're spot on. Like, that's what I said. Obviously, like, you start with the defense. The whole team, when your quarterback goes down, the whole team has to step up. And like if you want to win games, the whole team. And so the defense has to play like 6 minutes. They gotta get some takeaways, like keep at it, and have that mentality. Like, remember in the offseason they said, I forget who it was, said we want to be known as a defensive team, not an offensive team. So like, go do that then. Like, go do what you did in the first quarter, and just I don't expect like 7 turnovers or nothing, but it'd be nice. Yeah. You know what I mean? It would help out.
Yeah, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
But like they definitely had to run the ball. Josh Jacobs, they have to get him involved. Like I said, I don't even care if it's screens, whatever. Get the ball in his hands. And like I said, I asked AI, what is Malik Willis like known for? Like what are people saying about him? And they basically said he holds the ball too long. Like he has a high ceiling. He's a running threat, but he holds the ball too long. So it's like, all right, if he holds the ball too long, you have quick passes, a lot of quick slants, a lot of screens, put him in positions to be successful. And Matt LaFleur will like if I know it, like he knows it. Like, man, I have all the faith in the world. Matt LaFleur knows quarterbacks, not even him, but that staff. They know how to get quarterbacks ready. They went to they saw, Aaron Rodgers. They saw Jordan Love grow into what he is. They know what they're doing. They're going to have him ready. We just need him to not make huge mistakes, right? Like, I don't care what you call a game manager, and like people think that that's like a bad thing, but like you're young. I don't think he's that young. I forget what year he got drafted.
I think
he's not old.
Yeah,
he's not old.
I think this is only his 3rd season. So I think he's probably like 24, 25.
Yeah, like when he first got here, I actually thought he was like a rookie or like a second-year player. So, but yeah, he's definitely not old. But so just play smart, and like everyone has got to like help him out. But yeah, he's got some weapons though. So people talk about like the chances he's got before. I don't know the exact games he's played or whatever. I think it's mostly this preseason. But like, has he had weapons like this? Because I feel like the Packers are superior to Tennessee.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, he was playing with the Titans post. You had Derrick Henry, and he did a great job handing him the ball. Do that with Josh Jacobs, but you had Treylon Burks. an old DeAndre Hopkins who was injured. Like there wasn't like
He's
you're
on my
saying.
fantasy team. I know about him.
That's the thing. Like the Packers have so many weapons. At some point, too, Christian Watson, he's a big boy. Just throw it up there. Just see what he does. You got a better chance than you did in Tennessee.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he says Larry says he thinks he's 25. Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Somewhere.
I trust Larry.
You know what I mean? That's our source. That's good enough for me, Larry.
I'm about to just start putting it on Twitter. Per source, Malik Willis.
Dude, I've always thought about throwing some sources out there, just some fakes and stuff, but nothing like not like a real story. Something like Kenny Clark spotted at Quick Trip, and he wasn't. Or I just saw Kenny Clark at Kohl's. Kenny Clark sees that on his couch, like, what the hell? I ain't going nowhere. Per source.
He just bought the fish sandwich on a Friday, $1.99.
Yeah,
great deal.
Yeah, like he went to a fish fry but didn't get fish. More at 10.
Those are the sources I want to hear about. That's what I care about for this.
Dude, I really do. Yeah. So I forgot what else I was going to talk about. How are you, dude? I wanted to ask you actually.
Yeah.
Do you think if we got in a fight, do you think you could take me down? You think you could just beat me down? I was talking to someone about you today. I was like, I think he's like an MMA guy. Like, oh, don't get him mad. But so obviously you can. When's the last time you got in a real fight where you had to you want to talk about it? I don't want to. Don't start confessing felonies, but
no, yeah, legal. My last fight was probably like 2 years ago now, 2-3 years ago. But yeah, no, I train, but I don't fight anymore. My wife will not let me.
If stuff got wild, you were out and about, someone got a little fresh, you can take them down. You can handle your own really good, right? Come on, both.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I can. I try not to, but I can. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, I haven't gotten a fight since 7th grade, and I got knocked out. So I knew early on that I wasn't good at fighting, but I could run really fast back then. I was skinny and stuff. So I was like, you got to be good at one. You got to be a fast runner or a good fighter.
Punch and run. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, especially I had a smart mouth, so I got chased around a lot. But now I'm fat and I can't run and I can't fight. So now I just got to shut up sometimes. So all right, maybe I won't say that thought in my head.
You got to say every mean thing with a smile so they think you're joking. But then inside, you're no, I mean it. I mean it. I can't stand you.
That's the thing, because a lot of people I get away with some stuff because I'm always joking around. So sometimes you let a real one slip out, and they're like, I don't know if that was a joke. But anyways, all right. What do you got? You got anything you want to talk about?
All right, on this defense, people are giving Quay Walker a hard time.
Oh, they are.
How do you feel about Quay Walker?
I like Quay Walker, but that play that I saw, because I'm not a film dude. I rewatch the games, but I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm watching it like I watched it the first time. You know what I mean?
But, that's me too.
But I did see that one clip when Quay Walker, he went for the middle and the running back went around him or whatever, and everyone was killing him for it. But you don't know what his assignment was, what he was thinking there. I'm not giving him a break. I do like Quay Walker, and I feel bad because how his career started. He made some mistakes, and that was a rough offseason for him. But I'm rooting for him for sure. But that one play does look bad. But like I say, I'm not no film buff to know what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I saw that play too, and the tough part, you said it perfectly. Of I don't know what his assignment is. If his assignment was to go to that spot, he went to that spot and tried to avoid an Eagles player falling in front of him because you're going to get hit in the knees and fall anyways.
Yeah.
I think he's a freak athlete. This is the first game of the season. And again, I don't want to stress on the field. It affected both teams. I'm not giving the Packers an excuse. The Eagles missed tackles, the Packers missed tackles because of that field. If he's going into that hole and you want him to settle in, I don't know how that field is to where he's even possible to do that. Kenny Clark was on some show today. I think his name's Brett Christensen, same last name as me, but
way cooler,
but way cooler and smarter.
Better dressed, I'm sure.
Yeah, he looked top notch. Kenny was saying it's the worst field he's ever played on. Anytime you get a footing, stuff's flying up. So it's I don't want to read too much into week one of this. I don't know. The kid's young,
Dude.
and linebacker takes a long time to get used to. He's on a new defensive coordinator. Give him time. He's grown up so much already in a couple seasons. Just pump the brakes.
Dude,
He'll be fine.
Here's my expert analysis on Quay Walker. All right. I like the number 7, Don Mikowski. You know what I mean? I like that. Quay Walker seems like a cool name. I feel like he could be like, you know, what's that show with Walker? Ranger?
Walker, Texas Ranger?
Walker, Texas Ranger. I think that's why I feel like Quay Walker is just like he's kind of a BA, you know what I mean? Badass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's how I evaluate Quay Walker. No, but yeah, he's a dude I'm rooting for. I hope he balls out. But yeah, what I was gonna say before I got that's how my brain works. Like go over here for a little bit. But that field sucked. So like I saw smart people on Twitter talking about like how they're evaluating this game. Like it's kind of hard to evaluate what the future is going to come from watching this one game because the field was so horrible. And like I'm not an excuse maker. The Packers didn't lose because of the field. They played on the field. They all played on the field, and they all probably agreed it sucked. But and that sucks for Brazil because like I tried to a lot of Brazil people because Brazil took some heat. Everyone's like all the rumors that were going on, I don't know what was real, what wasn't. And the people in Brazil are like, yo, what's up? I love the Packers. Why you all trashing our place? Yep. And then the field ends up being trashed. And it's got to be like, that sucks. But like, what do you think? Because a lot of people are saying we shouldn't be playing in other countries. I think personally, there should be a level of standard for a field if it's in America or somewhere else. Because you see games in America like Chicago or whatever where the field's all chewed up. And obviously if you have natural grass, it's going to get chewed up sometimes, but sometimes it's just ridiculous. But that was really bad. But there should be a standard no matter where it is. This is a level of field we have to have. Yeah. But what do you think about the playing in overseas and all that? With the Packers having 2 games at both times quarterback gets injured, we might be cursed. I think overall it's like a good idea for the product of the NFL. Great idea to globalize the sport. For my team, no thank you. I'm good. Let us play it in Green Bay and other places. But I think it was great for them. There's a lot like Wendell, the guy on Twitter that follows and writes for the Packers. Yeah. It's great for him to be able to see the game in his home country. It's just that, it's a tough break. Like you said too, all the hoopla before it of like, I don't know what's real, what's not real. You can't wear green. You can wear green. There's a lot of crime. There's not a lot of crime. There's all this stuff going on. It's kind of like, I don't know. There's so much drama around just a game where it's like, I just want to watch them play. I don't care about the other stuff. For sure. I want to watch them play. And there's just all that going on. And again, our boy Larry in the comments, he put, it's a soccer field, not an NFL field. Yeah. That's what I've seen. I'm not a soccer fan, not interested, but people were saying too, like the field's built for, smaller little soccer players running around, not these big behemoths trying to make crazy. Not old Kenny Clark.
Not old Kenny Clark trying to dig into that dirt. So I think that definitely played a part in it. And I don't know. I get why they'd go international. It's just, it has not.
The thing with international, I like it because people who don't get to see NFL games and dude, like people talk about that. Like, think about this: people all across the world wake up at 2 a.m. to watch their favorite team play. Like that's dedication. Like we take for granted it's at noon and 3 o'clock and 7. It's pretty convenient times usually. I've never woke up at 3 a.m. like, and then just instantly like, all right, now I'm watching the Packers, and I'm really excited. I'm like half asleep. Like, so I think it's cool that they get a chance to have them come to their home and they can go watch. But it sucks when it's your team. It really does. Like Wendell, like you mentioned him, I was actually gonna have him on my podcast talking about what's real and what's not, like because he's from over there. But it didn't work out because his plane got delayed and like whatever, like scheduled, and it didn't work. But yeah, like I think it's a cool idea, but there's a lot, and plus like coming back, like that flight is crazy. It worked out all right for the Packers because it was Friday, then obviously the games were played Sunday, so they're back by then. They kind of get a normal weekend, so it's not like they're like time crunch. But I don't know what I think about, but definitely the field, they have to have. Yes. They can't have them playing on fields that aren't meant for football, and then it ends up being just a train wreck. People are getting hurt. And not that I think that Jordan Love injury happened because of the field. I mean, that type of stuff happens. Your foot gets stuck. Actually, he didn't slip. If he would have slipped, he'd been all right.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. The one part that was wild to me, it wasn't like the conditions were fine. It wasn't storming, anything like that. And it was like from the jump of the game. It wasn't after like people were running on it, it got loose or whatever. It was like right away in the game.
Dude, it's so weird.
Everyone's slipping. It made no sense.
It's so weird because anybody who's ever been to Lambeau Field, like if you go on a tour, I've been to Lambeau Field for tours, I've been to Lambeau Field for quick trip, like video stuff with Rashawn Gary that time, and you think, oh, like, you know, you can do more. No, you can't. You don't touch the field. The field at Lambeau Field, like, I'm not even sure the players are allowed to go on there during the week. Like, so like the standard is so high. Like that field, it comes before anyone in the building. It seems from the outside. I don't know, but it seems like that, you know, that field is more important than everyone. And that's how it should be everywhere, because it is important. It affects the game. So like the field's important. They got to have a standard. And I don't know what it is. Like they would like rate fields like a certain number, whatever it is, but they can't be playing on fields that like chunks of. They can't have guys running a route and then they just step in a gopher hole. Like Kenny Clark was saying, like there was holes in the field. Like yeah. But I mean, shout out to Brazil. This is not trash on Brazil. But I didn't think that there was. It was a soccer field. It wasn't meant for what it was played on, and that's what happened. But I hope everyone had fun over there.
Yeah.
Right?
You saw it seemed like they enjoyed it. They, at least their social media character enjoyed it, you know, what they put on that. So yeah, I'm sure they had fun.
It seemed like good stuff. But what else we got? All right, so all right, the Colts, but let's talk about the Colts a little bit. What do you know about the Colts?
The Colts. Jonathan Taylor, good running back.
Dude, actually, not to cut you off, but you know,
you're good.
We talked about that Jaden Reed being the number one in the league. The Colts, forget his name, he's like number 3 or 4. So they got a baller over there at wide receiver.
Alex Pierce.
Yep. They're Alec Pierce, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Just say
it. Dude, that's the pass. The only reason I said that when he mentioned, because that's the one where like Anthony Richardson was getting tackled and just chucked it 65 yards, just no planting his feet, just bombed it down the field. That's the one thing. Richardson will make some crazy throws. Like, how did you do that? But then he'll miss the easy underneath ones and throw an interception. You'll get those spectacular. Like, there'll be a play where we have perfect coverage. We're about to sack him. He pulls something out of his butt and just bombs a perfect 70-yard pass. That's fine. You just have to make sure you capitalize on the mistakes when he overthrows a 5-yard under route and it just goes right into Quay Walker's arms.
I like that. That's the thing, though. When you have to catch those interceptions, you have to catch the stuff that's given to you. Like, you have to, like, they would say, take what the defense gives you. But like, you have to, like, it's huge. Like, you drop an interception, dude. Like, it's so draining. It's so, and like, just like all those dumb mistakes, a big kickoff, you know, a big kick return, which doesn't seem to be happening a lot. Let's talk about that. Like, what about this kickoff rule? I thought there'd be like more returns. Like, doesn't seem as much, and it just looks weird on TV. They kick the ball and everyone's like, "No one move. If you move, you'll get shot." Like it's like the penalty. Like no one's allowed to even move their hand. But what do you think after seeing this a little bit? I think I had high hopes for it, but I think it kind of might suck. Maybe, I don't know.
I think they have to make the penalty, not penalty, but if you kick it into the end zone, you have to start further from the 30. Because last year was the 25, and we're seeing now everyone's like, okay, we'll just take the 5 more yards and not risk a return. If you push it to the 40, everyone's going to return that ball. Like, you're going to have to kick it into the zone and see. I felt so bad for Keyshawn Nixon because all off season he was like, "Oh, I'm about to be so good. I'm about to take so many to the house." And every kicker's like, "End zone, end zone, end zone." Yeah, I was like, "Oh, damn, dude, no, nothing's changed for you, dude. You're not getting anything."
Yeah, dude, I've seen people talking about like this is going to be unfair because, like Deion Sanders, you know, all these great returners that are on the top list of great kickoff returners, and then like now there's gonna be other guys popping up because of this rule change, but like that did not happen.
No, not at all. And you saw Nixon was like towards the end of the game just was finally like, all right, whatever, I got the ball, I'm taking it. Didn't turn out well, but I don't know.
Dude, I think they should make it a rule. You got to return it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, or like what you said, like the 40. Because obviously you don't want to say you gotta.
Yeah.
But like make the penalty like 40 yards if you don't return it. I mean, it could be 30 if it goes touchback, but like if you catch the ball and you don't return it, 40, 50. Put them in the red zone. I don't care.
right down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah. Like automatic touchdown, baby. That's a touchback. That's what that is.
That's what it is. Dude, I just want Keyshawn to be able to just do something because it's just, all they're going to do is kick in the end zone. We saw that so much and it sucked. But, and then you saw how the Bears had a big return. The Cardinals had a touchdown. It's just, I want Nixon to just have the ability to just destroy a team like we saw a couple years ago. Or curveball, just put the kickoff rule back to what it was like 20 years ago and just see what happens. Just say, you know what? You might have some injuries. I'm sorry. You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid a bunch. Ram into each other and let the kick returner go.
All right, so let's get to this comment because this is on point right here. It says, make the rule like the CFL rule. If you don't bring out the ball, then you give up a single point. Whew, that's a wild rule. That's a wild rule. I didn't know that was a rule. CFL crazy.
Those Canadians, man. Can't trust them.
They're like, they take away points. That's a tax. That's a tax.
I heard about the taxes up there. You know?
Yeah, free healthcare will get you. No, I don't know what but that kickoff rule, like we'll see. I think it's weird how the NFL seems quicker to change rules now. Remember back in the day, they're like, we're thinking about this thing. We don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. Yeah. Every year it's like, oh, the rule committee. Oh, we're talking about this. We don't even know. We're going to try it out in preseason. Then we'll see what happens. But now they're like, hey, I have an idea for kickoff rule. Like, let's get it next regular season. No, we'll only use this rule in the playoffs.
Or how they did one
most important times.
Oh, yeah, the overtime. Yeah, that drives me nuts. Or how they did like 1 year. They're like, guys, you can challenge pass interference. And they're like, oh, wait, but we won't overturn anything. So let's just take this rule away anyways. And like everyone's supposed to forget that they realized it sucked for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, they do that with rules. They're like, we're going to start. This is a rule that's been in line for 27 years or forever. And now we're going to start implementing it. And then they implement it and they're like, yeah, this sucks. This makes the game horrible. Like, don't do that. Like, yeah, dude, the NFL and some of the rules are just so stupid. Like some are good. Like, don't touch the receiver to 5 yards. I like that when they like kind of implement that, kind of open up the offense a little bit. But some of them, like, remember that roughing the passer where they got all crazy on that? Like, anytime, I mean, they kind of still are. But
can't put your weight on them.
Yeah, you can't put your weight on him. Like, hey, if you're running at a guy full speed, ready to tackle him, he throws that ball, you better figure it out, bro. You better do some Matrix type stuff, dance around, fly through the air, act like you got shot. Frame. But do not land on that
somebody
man.
Just dive completely away from him just to make sure they don't hit him. It probably still will be a penalty. Like, it doesn't matter. You get close to the car, you sniff them, you're getting a roughing the passer.
Dude, there was a lot of penalties this week. Even like I did I did watch party for the Packers, but then like for the Bears game I did, and I was watching Red Zone during the game. It seemed like that like there was a lot of penalties. Dude, I don't like penalties. They're annoying, dude. Like it's I mean like the severe ones you need, but like some of them are just so like false start and the dude just kind of like he kind of like just moved like he farted. You know what I mean? Like he farted and like
it blew him forward a little bit.
He's like, that's how it was. He's like, I'm wearing these tight pants. When you fart, there's some acceleration that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? That's not a false start. Just releasing some energy from the old butt crack.
It's just nature. You can't help it.
It's nature, dude. It is nature. All right, folks. I don't think I have anything else. What do you got?
All right. I want to know right now, after week 1, what is your drunken take on this Packers team? Something you wouldn't say sober, but after you had a few buy one, get one frees from Quick Trip, you would have this take. What is your drunken take?
That Malik Willis will not lose a football game. Because, dude, I was thinking about this. Just imagine this, right? And I'm not predicting this. All right, I'm not being stupid, but like, just let's just fantasize for a little bit. What if he did come in? And I don't expect him to come in and just fail him, but I feel like he's going to be limited. Like, they're going to be careful with him. But like, what if he did come in and throw like 3 tutties and rush one in and just have like a ridiculously stupid game? Like, how?
Yeah.
Maybe like the whole, whether it's 2 games, 3 games. What if he just lights it up and he's got like 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, something stupid. And people are like, hey, maybe Jordan Love take a little extra time. No, I'm just kidding. I'll love the Jordan Love. But like, that would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome. And because someone was saying it as like a joke, like it'd be a problem for the Packers. Like they wouldn't know what to do. Like, no, they would. Jordan Love's the guy. But dude, how awesome would it be if Malik Willis did just come out and then we ended up trade him next offseason for like a big old pick. But like, yeah,
trade him for a second
fantasy
rounder.
world. You know what I mean? If Bears fans can live in a fantasy world, why can't we? All offseason they were living in, and then they won a game and they're like, oh yeah, I told you, bro, your quarterback had 93 yards. That's the thing too. Caleb Williams, you see that man talking trash on the field, talking trash, and he's like, look at the scoreboard, and look at his stat sheet. He had 93 yards, and a win is a win for sure. Like I say, this, if the Packers win, I don't care how they win, just win. A win's a win. But like, if you're a quarterback and you have 93 passing yards, and one of your highlights is when you ran backwards, like you were playing Madden, but you like let your finger off the button and you get sacked for a 23-yard loss.
You forgot
and then you can be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't mean to spin there, but like. And then be over there talking trash. Oh, look at the scoreboard. Like, so like the Bears, first of all, the Bears have a good defense, but they're not going to do that every week. And they're not going to play the Giant or no, who is it? The Titans. I was live during that. I still forgot. But yeah, the Titans, first of all, Titans suck, dude. I will never pick the Titans to win a game this season. They are horrible. Dude, I spent the first half trying to figure out how to say the quarterback's name and the second half trying to forget it because I like the guy sucks. Dude, that's what I hate is when you watch a game like the Bears or the Vikings or a team you hate. So now you're kind of rooting for the other team, you're like, I want them to win. And then they suck. And now you're like roped into their, like, how do the fans of this team live? Can you imagine that? Dude just getting tackled, throw the ball, pick 6, like just over his shoulder. Like that game was that was irritating. The Titans are horrible. All their fans should just jump ship. Like, I won't call you a fair weather fan. I won't call you a bandwagon. You're allowed to switch teams. If you lose to a quarterback who had 93 passing yards,
0 offensive touchdowns.
Dude, Caleb Williams helped the Titans win that game more than anyone on the Titans.
I saw someone on Twitter say it looked like Will Levis on that pick 6 you're talking about try to throw a grenade. And I was like, it really was. He was getting tackled. It was like Call of Duty. Like, okay.
That's funny. I was calling him Levi's. And then people were like, I don't think you're saying it right at the beginning of the game. And then someone's like, it's Levis. And then I was like, no, I think, I'm not sure. But then I was like, oh, I'll just listen because I had the commentators on. And I'm like, oh, it is Levis. And then by that time, he started to suck. And I realized I don't care how your name is said.
You don't deserve for me to call you by your correct
Remember
name.
when Favre first started, they called him Favor? And then after he got, he started doing some stuff. Oh, then now they got his name right. Yeah, Levis, whatever your name is, get better at football. And I ain't no hate for the kid, but like you let the Bears beat you.
Time out. It sounds like you have some hate for the kid. You can't say all that and be like, I have no hate for you, but you don't deserve for me to call you by your name.
That is funny. It's kind of like someone like, you're quite ugly. No offense.
Yeah, no offense, but I think you're the stupidest
I'm
person
glad
I ever met.
It's like, I'm glad you said no offense. I was about to be offended, but then I thought, oh, he didn't mean it that way. No, it's irritating when you watch a team. I watched the game to watch the Bears lose. That's why I watched it. I would have took a nap if I knew they were going to win. Like, I don't need to. And then when you're live stream, you can't turn it off. Like, if you're watching a game regular and they, a team you hate starts to win, like, I just get this off my screen. I'll just go watch this other game. But like, no, I'm live streaming now. Then Bear fans are popping up at the end. It was a horrible experience.
Based on this conversation, I need to know, How did you feel about the the Giants making Sam Darnold look like he was Tom Brady in his prime?
That was wild, dude. It's funny because like Red Zone wasn't showing that game all that much. That was during the Packer game, and then I started to see it, and I was like, dude, like it's the Giants, but I'll give the Vikings props that they beat up a team that a good team does beat up. It's the Giants.
Yeah.
They're like the league's punching bag. They're so horrible, but like they did that, but like Viking fans got too happy about it. I don't like when they're happy. They're creepy. They're creepy, happy people. You know what I mean? They're like they're a wild bunch over there. They should do studies on the Viking fans. But
they bring their girlfriend / cousin to every event.
Yeah. I hate it that they won like that. And I like Aaron Jones. He's on my fantasy team, so like he can do good, but they don't need to like be winning games all the time. I don't think they're gonna. They're not gonna play the Giants every week. That's what I say. Like they're gonna get punched in the face. The same way I say about the Packers that it's gonna get easier for not every game, but like because the Eagles are a good team. So the Titans ain't the Eagles. The Colts, I think, are better than the Titans.
Yeah.
But I think Titans might be the worst football team ever to play. But I have a hatred for the Titans going forward. No reason. But yeah, so that same way, it's going to get harder for the Vikings. It's going to get easier for the Packers. I mean, obviously, the Packers have some powerhouse teams that they play, but not in the next couple of weeks. I mean, the Colts, I think, are probably better than I thought they were going to be. What did they do last week? Who did they beat? They beat someone, right?
No, Colts, they lost to the Texans.
Did they?
It was close for a little bit, and then the Texans they said, hey, give Joe Mixon the ball and see what happens.
Yeah, I remember watching that. That was on Red Zone. But yeah, I think the Colts are a good team. And then that's the thing too, going 0-2, that I think that makes it even worse. Both teams facing 0-2. I think when you're facing 0-2, you step up. You know, backs against the wall a little bit. I think it's gonna be harder for the Packers. You know, they're have a new quarterback in there who's only been there like a while. Dude, think about
2
that
weeks.
though. Malik Willis has been, let's say 3 weeks, right? At your job, anyone watching, anyone listening to this, at your job, there's someone who worked there for about 3 weeks. They're a freaking idiot. Like everyone has to carry them unless you have like a really easy job. Like they're not good yet. I mean, they'll get good, whatever, you'll train them. But right now they're taking like the proper amount of break. They're making everyone look bad, you know, taking short breaks. Get out of here with that. You can stretch that thing out. No, but like, so like, there's going to be like, obviously like some like learning curve. There's going to be some stuff, but yeah, hopefully the Packers can put a game plan, simplify it, like you said, and let him like be him. Like if he's a good runner, let him run. Dude, I say, dude, when you have a running quarterback, I don't know if he's like a running quarterback or if he's just able to scramble. I never watched this game like that. Like there's not a lot of film on him. I was on YouTube, typed in his name, and I saw an interview. I was like, I'm good.
Dude, it really is like he got hired as a janitor, and then 3 weeks later, he's a CEO. And he's like, figure it out. You're the most important player on the team now.
I saw a meme that said that. They said, I accidentally got important at work, and now my life is ruined. Yeah. And then they posted a picture of Malik Willis. Because it's true, like, he just got here, and he's probably thinking, like, all right, this is cool, you know, I'm a backup Jordan Love, you know, I learn a little bit from him, and you get better at my game, and whatever. And then they're like, no, you're the guy now. And he's like, bro. And also, the season's kind of on the line. Like, this is, like, a big year. Like, we expect big things. Yeah, and you bet if you lose, like who knows? They're gonna be really mean on Twitter. You might want to just go ahead and mute that stuff. Packer fans are wild, anyways. But yeah. So every Tuesday this week, Jimmy will be joining me. Jimmy, we're gonna wrap this thing up. I think I ran out of stuff to ramble about. But the Packers. Do you think that they're gonna catch this W this week? What?
Hey, your drunken take, I am all in for. Malik Willis will not lose a game, at least for this week. I think we get the next 2 with Malik Willis. I think even talent for talent, the Packers are better. We're playing on a normal field. We're at home. Matt LaFleur's a genius. We're going to pull it out. I'm not worried. I'm a little worried. I'm not that worried. Yeah. We're gonna pull out the win.
Pull out game strong on this one. You know what I mean? We're going to pull this thing out.
No kids over here.
All right, go Pack, go people. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you're not, because I want to have people subscribe on YouTube. You know what I mean? That's the reason. And also, Jimmy, they can catch you write stuff, right?
Yes. Packer Report, and
There you
then
go.
I'm on the Sunday episodes of Pack a Day podcast.
They're the Sunday episode.
Yeah.
Probably the top person on that place.
No,
right?
that's
Is
the
that what that means?
that's the throwaway. That's like, guys, no one's gonna listen.
Okay.
Everyone's
This is
hungover
like-
on Sundays.
So you're
Put
saying
Jimmy
like
there.
you're like not high on the depth chart over there, Pack a Day?
You know how they say like lowest man on the totem pole? I'm the dirt that the totem pole's in. Like I'm not even on the totem pole.
They barely know. Then they're like actually having a meeting right now whether they should have you replaced.
Yeah, I'm about to be called, and Andy Herman's like, hey, can you come to Green Bay with your iPad?
Yeah,
have
like-
a conversation.
Bring your podcast notes. All right, everyone, go check out Pack a Day podcast on Sundays and other days if you want the better episodes. And also Packer Report. We got Jimmy over here writing all type of magical material. You know what I mean? Go Pack, go. Bears still suck, and the Packers are still going to win the division. Just so we're clear. You know what I mean?
Bingo.